This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Shalom, shalom. Before we get started, we go give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakadash. Give honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, and and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that preach this truth sincerely across the four corners of the earth. This is Brother Bakar coming with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah with the brother Yahweh Sa.
Shalom, shalom.
And we from the camp GMS Cleveland. And this is another video to the downfall and the destruction of this place, Babylon the Great, which is America. And we're just going through the spirit, but hey, we're at the end. The end is near, but it's not just near; it's here. We're at the end. It's just it's only a last couple prophecies, and you got the two major prophecies, which is the chip, then the Lord second coming. That then after that it's gonna be our rulership. But we at the end of this time period, man, because Esau, he is the Lord using Esau to speed this thing up, because Esau about to come down with great wrath. Biden not even in office yet, and in our state in particular mentioning, but in other states, but in particular, I'm talking about the state of Ohio. Biden not even in office yet, and they already vaccinating different citizens. This week was the people 80 and higher. Next week will be this week coming up will be 75 and higher. And Biden, he already said his first 100 days he want the Americans to get vaccinated, and they already doing it. They already saying we're not moving fast enough. We're not doing this fast enough. Cuomo said, "I'm gonna fine you if you he gonna find these hospitals that's not moving fast enough to vaccinate the people." But the point is, hey, the time is at hand. Things speeding up, and we at the end.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get the book of Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who at sundry times and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. Verse 2. Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. And the point was basically the last days, because like the brother said, we in the last days. And if you have a spiritual outside of the Lord dealing with you, you can recognize something going on. You got a lot of people that's literally like the brother was saying at camp today. It's like Charlie Brown had that character that always spoke with the want. He was saying some shit, but people didn't understand what he was saying. So just imagine what he was saying. He could have been saying the most profound shit ever. You know what I mean? And that's how you got to like we looked at like that. We looking like those. I forgot what the name was on Charlie Brown, but we looking like them people that nobody. It's a song only onto the ears of those that the Lord gave that spiritual blessing to be able to receive this. But it also says in Scripture that everybody's going to eventually recognize the truth.
Come.
So you know what I mean, and then you're gonna feel ashamed. You're gonna feel stupid. Yeah. But the point was, like, we living in the last days, and if even 2/3 niggas I work with 2/3 niggas, right? And they feel something in the spirit. Like we went out today, not to digress, but just a quick testimony. You can see the mirth of this place is gone. Like the last time I went out, I think I went out the week prior, and brother took me to a spot. I wanted some food, and it was actually jumping. Although like we was making jokes about it, like brother was saying, you got Jake fighting and Esau fighting to hold on to this wicked ass shit. You know, you could be a grown man with millions of dollars, but because of the fact these elites got super money, they really treating you like a child. You could be a millionaire, but you can't do what you want because everything closing at 10.
Right, and that spirit you just made mentioning all that, because I remember back in 2015, I was like 13, and it'll always be people outside, like nighttime, daytime, people will always be outside, but then now 2000, and back in 2015, I was one of them, I was one of them kids that wanted to be outside and that wanted to be with the people that's outside at night. So fast forward to 2021, 6 years from that, I'll go outside at night, whatever I'm doing, whether it's going to work or whatever, driving somewhere or whatever, it don't be nobody outside.
And that's showing you, that's the spirit that you said that because you just giving an actual example and showing you that that's a sign of the times. You know what I mean? Like things have changed dramatically. This shit over with. And, right. and know how I know it's really over with? Brothers got, even though like say you can't just be all truth. You know what I mean? Like it's a balance to everything. But brothers got vexed. Because you could literally, like, when I seen it the week prior, it was like, damn, it's like people was faking. And I went in the spirit, like, you know what I mean? Like, literally, because I'm like, you can see that they faking this shit. Like, the mirth is gone.
Right, especially because this pandemic hit. Because even right before
they faking, Salaki, not to cut you, they faking, acting like they doing. I literally watched today a female just, nobody was talking to her, and she was a nice looking female. But like them days where everybody up in your face and all this old shit, it shit over with. Like I said, it's probably easy to get a woman nowadays because everything closes at 10. They going out to fuck just like men going out to fuck. So they know if I ain't do it before then, you know what I mean? Like a person that they normally wouldn't even fuck with probably can get her now. You know, but she was so vain, she taking selfies of herself with her big old drink. I'm looking like, wow. Like not to digress, it's just like I said, like this shit over with. That's just another sign. But you got it.
Shit. Oh yeah, right. The mirth is gone. And even when I went to the Chicago back in June, when I went in 2020, when I went to Chicago, I went the brothers in. They like, and while we was Ohio wasn't, they was stuff was open back up in Ohio, but in Chicago it was still like a lockdown sort of. So we riding around, or I'm with brothers, and it's like dead as fuck. They like, yeah, before the lockdown, it'll be a lot of people outside, because like, and that's like the second biggest city in the whole United States, if I or the third one, if I'm not mistaken, So if a city like that is dead because of this pandemic affected it, and they lockdown was way prolonged than a state like ours. That's how you know it's over with.
Salakia. And not just that, because we was just talking about, the one brother is from out of state. He's saying how that state's still jumping. We ain't gonna say name the state, but look at this much. You gotta remember, like a place like New York. New York has always been a place that's always been busy, never sleeps. Clubs stay open 6 o'clock in the morning. They shut that down. And like the brother said, that city that we didn't name, but the brother from, they gonna fall too. It's gonna be probably harder when they fall.
Right. And that's a
wicked ass city. Look at what all goes on there. So the Lord gonna judge that place heavily.
You got he that have the eyes to see and ears to hear.
You got it.
All right, this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 32. It say, now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. And what things? These different prophecies. The Lord said, wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, the upwards of the people, the pestilence, the locust plague, You know, you got all these type of things happening, and in this time period shows you that we're at the end. Cause like the third verse we open up with, the disciples asked him, "What is the signs? What's gonna be happening in the end?" And all of these things is happening now. It wasn't happening before. It wasn't happening in their time. You know, it's happening now because we're at the end. And it just said, know that it's at the doors, man. And like Apostle Tahar said, it's walking through the door now. It's not, or Apostle Rakai, one of the apostles, they said, hey, it's walking through the door. It's not at the doors no more. It's already in the house now, man. It's a verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. And the Lord don't lie about anything that He say. Everything He say comes to pass. You know, because He's a true God. You know, he's not a false God, man. He's a true God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And He keeps all His promises, even His words of prophecy. You know, and He got His prophets out there prophesying in the spirit of prophecy, and to tell these people, and to prophesy against the downfall of this kingdom, because that's what they was commanded to do.
Oh, I got a script. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22. I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 6. And he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Salaki. I'm gonna start it back. Revelation 22 and 6. And he said unto me, these things are faithful and true, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of the holy prophets sent his angels to show unto his servants the things which must surely be done. Verse 7. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecies of this book. Verse 8. And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things. Verse 9. Then said he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book. Worship Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Verse 10. And he said unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecies of this book, for the time is at hand. Come, you speak on.
Come, right. The time is at hand, meaning it's close, it's here. It's right, it's here. We're in the time. You know, and that word, you know, world goes back to the Greek word eon, which means a time and a age, a time period. And we're in the time period of the downfall of destruction, because what else is written in Revelations is the mark of the beast being mandatory. We in that time where the mark of the beast is about to be mandatory, because this it's not declared that the vaccine is mandatory, but that's how they pushing it as if it was mandatory.
Well,
they mandated the masses.
Listen, you about to see, they about to put. Listen, you got to showing you how they about to come down in Revelation 12 as well. You got places like New York. See that Cuomo's a gangster. No, that's why they got like laws trying to be passed where they talking about shit. If you don't want to take the vaccine, well, basically we should put you in a detention center. The brother Carl Moth from Men of Valor did a video on that. Like they actually proposing, and what what right? So you know, like so it's funny. They call us quacks, retarded, crazy people. My demon call us crazy. But bitch, like, I'm not to call her a bitch, but I mean, you know, when you acting like such, at the end of the day, like literally. But you go look at enough news, they saying it. So you see, a conspiracy is something that can be proven. What we saying actually can be actually looked up, proven, and whatnot. You know what I mean? You know, maybe like the brother Karl Marx said, not to digress, but he said like people will sit and listen to some of the stuff and they might be conscious enough, or the Lord might got them awake enough today. Oh wow, yeah, this is the problem. This man is the problem. Oh, they do got us separated and segregated out of society. Oh, they are taking advantage of us. And then we'll say, well, this and this. We'll say this. And then we get to a point where we say, well, how are we going to avoid these nuclear missiles? They with you all the way up to that point. And then we say, well, the Lord gonna send chariots. And then, they're crazy. You know what I mean? But yet still, right now, to show you how cold the Lord is, right now, Trump declassified so many UFO files. Trump declassified. So that's why they changed. That's why you're hearing all this information about the chariots now, because Trump classified. Just like how the brother showed me that whole little Bart Simpson thing on Facebook. It had Bart Simpson, you know how he used to have to write because he was on punishment all the time? So at school, he'd be in detention, he had to write on a chalkboard. Okay, it had one was saying the Negroes are Israelites. You saw that, right? Right. So this shit over with. I got some more. Do you got some?
All right.
Back in the Revelation 22 and verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. Verse 12, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be.
Right, and everyone's gonna get rewarded according to their works, according to all the energy they put in the truth, and the ones who slacked, fell off, and bullshitted, they go get rewarded according to their works as well.
Because a reward is a recompense. So, like I said, a reward is not always a good thing. A reward, you can reward a motherfucker in a horrible way. Right. You got it. I'm done.
This is they showed you that on one of the Saws.
On Jigsaw, right?
The one dude who killed Saw. Saul was like, "Do you forgive me? You have to forgive me." And he was like, "I forgive you," and just slice that nigga body. This is 2nd Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So hey, we at the end, man. So with that, we go close out, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh, Bahashem, Chakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom and abad babor.
Shalom, Awaf, Wababor. Shalom, Akim. Stay in this truth.